Hi there and welcome to another Top Turnbuckle podcast short. This time we're going to be talking about the debut of the Wyatt Sicks.
Yeah, well, our original video was what do you want from the Wyatt Sicks? And obviously we've left it a little while now, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we've left it, I think this would be the third week
It is,
into the June the 17th debut. And we're just going to do a follow-up as to what we think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I can't say any more. I fucking loved it.
The debut for me was above what I was expecting.
Absolutely.
It exceeded expectations.
Yeah. I never imagined it to be as emotional as it actually was.
Yeah. It was all done in one shot. Started off with Nikki Cross coming out.
Yeah.
What a fantastic job Nikki Cross done in...
That was phenomenal.
Just the horror and the movements of that crawling and...
I've got to concur with what you said. Hats off to Nikki Cross. This is a debut we've been waiting for, and that the hype and build-up for this has been more than anything we've seen for a while. And to be the first person to go out and set that pace, set that standard, and she absolutely fucking killed it. Well done, Nikki.
Yeah, she absolutely set the tone. And in the one shot, which was amazing, a one camera shot they did this scene. They go to the back, we see the massacre. We're not sure if we were ever going to see the massacre this early, but we see the massacre, we see the Chad Gable, the siege,
brutal, man.
The CG, which we were all wondering what that was Chad Gable.
Yep.
And we got that answered. We see Eric Rowan's character.
Yep.
And we immediately see how cool these masks are. Jason Baker has done a fantastic job.
So better than I was hoping for.
Yeah.
I was expecting something dark. Obviously, we all were. But these were just another level.
Yep. And... oh my word, when we actually get into Gorilla, just the whole way it was done, the whole way Dexter was just sitting there like a bird of prey, like a vulture. It was so cool. We move out to the back, Stu.
Yep.
We immediately get what we see as the Huskus character, Joe Gacy just standing there. And then we get the main man himself.
That silhouette tunnel light shot was superb.
And it was the biggest thing I was hoping for. It felt main event.
Yeah. I'm all about atmospherics.
Yeah.
You know, and especially with stuff like this. The introduction of each member was absolutely superb. And like you said, having Dexter stood over, hunched over almost like a buzzard.
Yeah.
Like a big bird of prey.
Just sitting on that... whatever it was, I mean, if it was a speaker or whatever.
A road crew box or whatever it was, but he was hunched over like a bird of prey waiting for whatever it is to die so we can finish it off.
I just loved, Stu, the icing on the cake, which was you got the pop for Uncle Howdy.
Yeah.
Wow, what an evolution. This character looks nothing like the original Uncle Howdy we saw. And the way that Bo had the mannerisms, how confident he looked. It was emotional, but you just had a smile on your face knowing that they had killed this.
Right, it's exactly where I was going to go there. Yeah, this was done with Bray Wyatt, not just in mind, but Bray Wyatt at heart.
Yeah.
And this feels like he's there.
Yeah.
This feels like not just Bray, but Wyndham. This feels like he's with him the whole way through it. This is try like this, do like this, hold that lantern like you're holding on for dear life, and that final little "we're here."
Yep. Oh, it standing ovation in the crowd.
Fucking look! The hairs on my arms have literally just gone up.
It was any doubts in my mind that we had that this might not work. I was immediately like, this is going to work. I watched this live and I just want to say how excited I was. I actually sent my little group the picture of them literally a minute after it happens and went, this is fucking awesome. Like that, because I knew they might be asleep and I just wanted them to see it, so they knew that I had been watching it live. It was that cool.
The first thing I went and done the following morning was I skipped all the way through just to get to that end bit. Yeah. And oh my God. So
I think everyone shares, especially the Fireflies, I think they share our view of how awesome it was. Yeah. Let's talk about how brilliant as well these promos have been.
Oh, Jesus, where'd you start?
It's almost like watching Bo, that you can see this small element of Bray in Bo.
Yeah.
He's begun to look like his brother.
Yeah.
I don't know if you agree with that, but...
Eyes.
Yeah, and it's almost like... It's just great, and Bo has smashed it. He smashed it.
He has absolutely knocked this out of the park.
Yep.
This is so good. He has taken this, embraced it, and ran away with it.
And remember the drive of Bo in the documentary, when that special part when he was walking around and he was looking at the puppets, and you could tell he wanted to do this for Bray. This is coming from the heart. Yeah. This is not...
This is no cash in.
Yeah, like an interesting part when Howdy was speaking to Bo, and he asked him that killer question, are you exploiting your brother's legacy? And the reply was something of emotion, but also anger.
Yeah.
And it was so well done.
Yeah.
It had elements of Bray along with Bo's uniqueness in it, and it was awesome. It was so well done.
He managed to do one thing that I always admired and respected Bray for doing, and that was carrying and maintaining the looks, especially in the eye, of innocence.
Yeah. Yeah.
He has got this. This is going to go somewhere fucking monumental.
I hope so. I had a chat, funnily enough, with someone who's not fully into this, and that's our other Top Turnbuckle podcast member, Johnny, who can't be here today. But I want to bring this up because Johnny does really, really want this to work. He's not as big a fan, or you would say like a Firefly like us.
Yeah.
But he brought up an excellent point, and I just want to bring this across to Fireflies looking in. We're in our 40s, and Johnny said, I find it strange, but he went on about how he was a kid and how he felt when he first saw The Undertaker.
Oh.
And he said, I imagine if I was 40, what I would have thought of The Undertaker. And that's why I'm kind of with it.
Yeah.
Because I might not get it at the age of 40.
Yeah.
But I take myself back to when I was a child watching The Undertaker and the awe. And I can imagine that's what everyone is feeling at a younger age. Does that make sense in context?
Yeah. My 8-year-old son, Braden, has watched all of this.
Yeah.
He's watched it with me. I've obviously watched it first just to make sure it's going to be, all right for him. He is so happy.
Yeah.
Because he knows who Bo is, or Taylor. He knows who Wyndham or Bray is. And he understands for an 8-year-old to see this. And he sat and watched the Bo and Uncle Howdy interview. And to start with, he couldn't get his head round how he was interviewing himself. Yeah. But then I asked him at the end, he went, what did it mean? And he went, he's embraced Bo.
Embraced Uncle Howdy, and Uncle Howdy and Bo have become one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is what these interviews, as we stand doing this, have shown. They are fantastic. One thing that I want to say is I was against them being the puppets because I wasn't sure how they were going to do it. I'm not now. I actually really like it because they exceeded my expectations on how they did this.
They've got the look of the puppets. Essentially it's still there. You know which puppet is, which member it is. But the gear that they've got them in as well, that's the key element.
Yeah.
They needed the right gear.
Yeah.
They've got it.
I was envisioning the picture of
Yes.
the Mercy the Buzzards, which will be on the screen now, and the Huskus character that come out with Bray.
The T-shirt with the belly hanging out.
Yeah, and I was hoping that we weren't going to get that, and we haven't. And I think that we've got a more humanised, almost, and I use the word sick, cult-like.
Yeah.
Almost think Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah.
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 And I really like it.
Yeah, love it. We had some brilliant comments actually come through from a post that James did on the Facebook group Bray Wyatt Sicks Forever, Wyndham's Fireflies.
And I just want to interject just quickly before you continue, Stu.
Yeah.
This group I actually picked out to put forward our video, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. This group is full of positivity, and this is a wonderful group. And I'm going to leave a link into this video for this group. If you're a Firefly, if you're into anything of Wyndham or the Wyatt Sicks at the moment, please join this group. It is a lovely, positive, happy, welcoming group.
Yeah, thanks guys for being so good. The comments we got back were brilliant, absolutely brilliant, and I am going to apologise in advance if I get any of these names wrong.
Yeah.
Which is probably why James has asked me to read them out.
No. I just know you're better.
I'll just read out a few of the comments from the video James posted in the group. What do you want from the Wyatt Sicks? Our first comment comes from Aniban, and his comments were Braun Strowman, Killian Dane and Vincent Marseglia also should be at Wyatt Sicks.
I think the one that stands out for me there massively is Vincent.
Yeah.
I think that when Bray was still with us, I think that Vincent and Dutch were massively touted and everyone wanted them. I think there's an element for that. Killian Dane, I'm on the fence with.
Yeah, I am. For nostalgic purpose, Braun Strowman, much like Amanda Huber posted recently of the last photo of the Wyatt family. She had just had a black heart and said family forever. Yeah,
I think Braun Strowman can do his part. I think that Braun can be involved in this, but I think he should be an opponent.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Our next comment comes from Nick Tyson, and he says, a lot comes to mind when I think of this. Some may also not be the answers some would like to hear, but to pull that band-aid off. Have this story take its time. Let it cook, let it flourish, because once it's done, it is done. And it only has one shot of getting this right. It's not just about a debut. It's about honouring someone who specialised in cooking his creativity and having his vision being seen how he saw fit. It's about not only having some cathartic story being told, but it's also about the people working behind the scenes who worked close with Wyndham in order to make his reality, while also doing this for their own well-being and working through the grief. Taylor, for all we know, may not be like his brother, but he is putting it all out there just to honour someone he idolised and lost. He is doing this for him, for his brother's children, his family, and for everyone who loved and supported him. That reason enough alone to stand behind Taylor no matter how this goes, because I feel however long this goes for, once this story is done, Taylor might be done as well. Can't say for certain, but I feel this might be the highest he can come in doing something big for this company. As for the Wyatt Sicks in regards with the story, Bo as Howdy, he continues doing what he does, behind the one that doesn't speak, but operates in the shadows and in whispers, as Gacy is the mouthpiece for the group. If they rival anyone, I feel it should be again people who work or were close to Wyndham. Maybe having it be Braun and Alexa are the outsiders to this group and know what it's all about. But they know who Howdy really is and why he is doing all of this now. In the beginning, let's roll with it as it's a presence or an alter ego Taylor goes by now, similarly how Bray was with the Fiend. In the end, let's do this story with the utmost respect and patience, and pay tribute for someone who was taken too soon.
I can't agree with that more. I thought that was a fantastic comment, and well done for reading that. It is a fantastic comment, and immediately when I saw this comment, I asked Nick if I could use it. He said absolutely. I think this is a wonderful comment. It exactly exemplifies what this is all about.
Time.
Yeah.
The next comment comes from Mike. Simply just says, hurry up and get to wrestling. WWE needs you now.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm all for it. And finally, I'm going to read out Becky's. And she has put, I think they should go after the Bloodline and then just take over WWE and make it better to watch.
I think as Fireflies we would love that, but I think we have to accept that there are other storylines going on. So,
as much as we'd love to see that.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for those.
Yeah, that was really nice, and I promised you that I was going to highlight this.
So far we haven't seen a great deal, with the exception of, obviously, the debut. However, I have got to admit, what I've seen so far has been absolutely mesmerising. It's captivating, it's dark, it's ugly, and it's so emotional. The reason this is being done was to honour Wyndham Rotunda, not Bray Wyatt. Taylor Rotunda is carrying this torch for his brother and his hero. This is an emotional journey for him, for his whole family, and everyone else that's been affected. We need to give this time. This is not a story that can be rushed. This is an emotional journey. In some aspects, it could be dealt as a way of dealing with grief and a form of therapy for Taylor and the Rotunda family. This needs to take time. Longevity is the key word for this, and patience. This is not something that can be rushed. But with everything that's happened so far, this has been some of the most atmospherical stuff I've seen from WWE since Bray. And I simply can't add any more to that than let's stick with this. This is going to be amazing. Absolutely amazing. And we are on to something truly special to see.
I think we'll leave it there, Stu, because I think what we're going to do is we're going to do videos on this as and when it happens.
Yeah.
As and when maybe this group get into a first feud. We know there's something with Chad Gable, but it's very new. I think it's nice to go and see how Facebook feels and things like that just for this video.
Yeah.
And we are stoked. We are enjoying every single minute of it.
Yeah.
And I'll let you finish off with your thoughts.
Thanks again for everyone that's got involved, left us comments, left us feedback. And everyone else that's been listening to the podcast, it's always much appreciated. Hit those like and subscribe buttons, press the little bell at the top, get instant notifications when we drop new videos. Take care, everyone. Bye.